Jake. Hope we're all doing well. It's a beautiful day, at least where I am here in Connecticut. It's like 75 already. As time I'm recording this, it's about 10:45 in the morning. It's gonna be like 85 later. Enjoy the nice weather. Let's get right in. It's baseball season. Let's talk about some baseball. Astros shut out the Pirates 7-0. Twins beat the White Sox 3-1. Twins look good so far. 8-4 on the year. They're underrated team. If their pitching stays healthy, they added some pieces in that lineup and to their staff. They're a pretty good looking team. Yankees beat the Guardians 4-3. Mets beat the Padres 5-2. Tyler Miguel had a pretty good start in that one. They got some nice production from Alonso and Lindor. Like to see some other guys hit besides Alonso and Lindor. We all know that those two are going to hit, and they are hitting. They got 6 home runs this year, which is towards the top of the league. Then you got Lindor, after a slow start that first series against Miami, has hit his stride. But a lot of other guys in the lineup aren't really hitting, at least not to their baseball card. Adam Olavia gets to say it. They've been kind of bounced between Olavia and Robertson as the closers, just trying to figure out what works with. Obviously, you lose Diaz when you do. So, trying to figure out, but I'm sorry, David Robertson has looked fantastic. He has, in 6 games, not giving up runs, giving up just 3 hits, 8 strikeouts. He's looked fantastic. You got Mariners over the Cubs 5-2. Seattle, a little bit of a tough start, only 5-8 this year, but we all know they have the ability to be very good. Cardinals over the Rockies 7-4. You have the Diamondbacks over the Brewers 7-3. Marlins over the Phillies 3-2. Phillies are having a tough time right now. That's the news. Bryce Harper might be moving to first base. So he approached the Phillies about it and might move to first. Could get him back sooner. You know, originally we thought All-Star break probably around July, but now the other day, he got cleared by the Phillies doctors to hit in the games. Because so worried about him like sliding with that shoulder. But now he might move to first base. I mean, they need a first baseman. Reese Hoskins is out for the season for torn ACL. It's a huge loss. His replacement, what's his name? Darvin Hall, something like that. I think it's his name. He's out now. So they really don't have a first baseman. So maybe if they get him back sooner. I mean, they need him to hit. I mean, in a program you'd stuck him in right field. Because, you know, that can really help them defensively. Harper's a very, very good right fielder. Now you can move around with DH. You don't have to stick it at one person. You can move it around. You can DH Schwarber. You can get Schwarber out of the outfield. You can get Castellanos out of the outfield once in a while. You can get Alec Bomo third once in a while. I mean, if Harper can play the field, I'd stick him in right. Probably DH Schwarber. But, you know, if it gets him back quicker, and he can learn how to play for me. He's never played first in his whole career, and he's been in the league a little bit. I mean, he's had to be in the league close to 10, 11 years. Probably somewhere between 8 and 11 years in the league. He's been he's a right fielder his whole career, an outfielder his whole career. Now he's going to play first base. It's going to be tough to pick up, but if he can learn how to play and, you know, at least be good enough to be a major league first baseman. I mean, doesn't have to be that great over there. Just got to be able to, know how to catch the ball. I mean, as long as he has it, what he's there for. And the Phillies need bats. They got a bunch of guys out in that lineup. Like I said, they don't even have a first baseman right now. Angels beat the Nationals 3-2. Athletics over the Orioles 8-4. Rays over the Red Sox 9-7. Rays are 12-0. Look, the Rays haven't had a hard schedule. You played Detroit, Washington, and Oakland, who all suck. Oakland and Washington are 2 of the 3 worst teams in the league on paper, for sure. Tigers are probably a bottom 7 team league, if not bottom 5. And Boston, I don't think is not a playoff team, and they're struggling. They're only at 5-7, but 12 straight wins in MLB is very hard to do it. And they at one point had won 4 straight games by at least 4 runs. They're pitching. They're shutting guys down, hitters down. They're raking it at the plate. Everything's rolling. I mean, yes, they haven't had a good strength. They've had a very weak strength of schedule, but to start 12-0 in MLB is almost unheard of. 12-0, that's crazy. Blue Jays over the Tigers 4-3 in 10 innings. Braves over the Reds 5-4. Royals over the Rangers 10-1. Royals finally these last weeks have hit better, but prior to that, we're the worst offensive team in the league. They have a ton of guys hitting under 200. Not even like, it's not even that they don't have home runs. These are some of their batting averages. Kyle Isbell, this is as of like a couple days ago. Kyle Isbell, 160. Bobby Witt, supposed to be like their young superstar, 158. MJ Melendez, like top prospect, he played a little bit last year, now in his first full year, 152. Nicky Lopez, 150. Michael Massey, 148. Hunter Dozier, 138. Franmil Reyes, 100. Jackie Bradley Jr., 100. Nick Eaton, 059. Their lineup is absolutely horrible. The Royals are not a good team. They're a bottom 5 team in the league, but wow, that's scary bad. And you had the Dodgers over the Giants, 10-5. Oh my god, down Russ back for the Giants, and of course he had Norbert Devlin's first up out there. They have a lot of ex-Mets. Got more Flores, Ruff, Conforto, J.D. Davis is playing over there. They got 4 ex-Mets in their starting lineup. Davis, I think, DHs. Conforto is playing the outfield. They had Ruff had an RBI double last night, and I think he's in the lineup today. You got Flores, I think he plays first or third or something. He plays in the infield. A lot of ex-Mets on that team. Crazy. On to hockey. So Islanders beat the Canadiens 4-2, and that's it. They clinch the last playoff spot in the Eastern Conference. The Pittsburgh Penguins missed the playoffs for the first time in 16 years. Penguins had made the playoffs 16 years in a row. And now they are eliminated from playoff contention. I think there's definitely going to be some changes. GM Ron Hextall, he's got to go. He's a terrible GM. Get him out of there. I think he's as good as gone. I wouldn't be surprised to look at the staff. I like Mike Sullivan. I do. I'm not sure, maybe their assistant coach is Todd Reardon. He was an assistant under Barry Trotz in Washington when they won the Cup. Then when Trotz stepped down and then went to the Islanders, of course, now he's retired and he took to be the GM of Nashville next year. He became the head coach, was there for a couple of years with me. They let him go. Now he's an assistant in Pittsburgh. He runs their power play, and their power play's been terrible, so maybe do they axe him first, and then next year maybe Sullivan has got to do something. We'll see. But Crosby, who, great player, still really good, future Hall of Famer, but he's towards the end of his career. Again, Malkin at the very end of his career. You know, Chris Letang is definitely at the back end. It might be time for a change in Pittsburgh. That team is just old. They had a great run. Crosby won 3 cups. They won back-to-back cups about like 5, 6, 7 years ago. They had a great run. Crosby, Malkin, Letang, and all of them. They won a couple cups together. They had a great run, but all good things come to an end. I think it's time for a change in Pittsburgh. But I'm going to sneak in. Stars over the Blues 5-2 and Flames over the Sharks 3-1. So let's take a look at the standings. So we got Boston. I'll play the person's trophy. Everyone pretty much has 1 game left, or they're done for the most part. Carolina in the Metro, Carolina's a point ahead of New Jersey. Right now in the Metro. Both have a game left. Got Toronto's at 111, New Jersey at 110. Toronto's at 109. They have a game left. Rangers at 107. They have a game left. Tampa's at 96. They have a game left. But Islanders are still battling for seeding with Florida. They're a point. If Florida wins their last game of the season, then they would be 7th. Islanders would be 8th. If they lose in regulation, Islanders would be 7th. Florida would be 8th. If Florida loses in overtime or a shootout and they get 1 point, then you have to look at tiebreakers, and that gets messy. But we know the 16 teams that will be in the postseason. Let's go out west. You got Vegas at 109. Edmonton at 107. Dallas at 106. Colorado at 105. Kings and Minnesota both have 102. Both are 46, 25, and 10. Both have a game left. Got Seattle at 100, and Winnipeg at 95. Winnipeg is locked into the 8th seed. Vegas has a game left. Edmonton has a game left. Dallas has a game left. Colorado's got 2 games left. Kings have a game left. Minnesota's got a game left. Seattle's a game left. Winnipeg has a game left. But for them, it doesn't matter. They're locked into the 8th seed. Now let's take a look at what we're looking at for the postseason. East, the Rangers are going to play Carolina or New Jersey in the first round. We don't know who. And the Islanders will play Boston or Carolina in the first round, depending on if they end up 7th or 8th. We're going to have Toronto against Tampa in the first round. Boston will play Florida or the Islanders. So, NHL season is coming to an end. Got a crazy last couple days. We'll see what happens. On to basketball. Plans, the 9-10 seed plans. Bulls beat the Raptors 109-105. I'm not sure if you saw DeMar DeRozan's little daughter screaming at the Raptors when they shot free throws. I thought it was kind of annoying. I thought it was annoying, not going to lie. Just put that out there. But Bulls win 109-105. They come back from down 19. Zach LaVine, 39 points and now on. Siakam, 32, 9 and 6 in the loss. So Raptors are eliminated. They go home. We'll see what happens if Nick Nurse heard he might retire. Heard he might even get fired. So we'll see if they make a change there. But Bulls move on. Bulls will play Miami in the battle for the 8th seed. The winner of that game will play Milwaukee in the first round. And Thunder beat the Pelicans 123-118. Josh Giddey, 31 points, 9 boards, 10 assists, 25 plus each for Shai, Giddey, and Lou Dort. BI at 30 in the loss. So Pelicans are out. And Thunder, they move on. They will play Minnesota. The winner gets the 8th seed and plays Denver in the first round. Taking a look at the standings for the NBA. Actually, no. Never mind. And I don't have really too much else today. There's not that much to talk about. Other than Jonathan Taves announced that he will not resign Chicago, so tonight will be his last game as a Chicago Blackhawk. Maybe a future Hall of Famer, one of the greatest Blackhawks players of all time for sure. Yeah, tough year. Obviously, he's not the same player. Yeah, tough year. You missed a couple months with a bad illness, so all things come to an end. Obviously, that team is mostly broken up, and now they trade Kane to the Rangers obviously at the deadline. Now Taves is going to be somewhere else next year, if he even plays for that matter. And the Houston Rockets interviewed Kenny Atkinson, and Kenny Atkinson actually went to the same high school as me. I think, I thought he was screwed over in Brooklyn. I think he's a very good NBA head coach. Obviously he had agreed to become a Charlotte head coach, but then he backed out and decided to remain an assistant in Golden State, so we'll see what happens, but Houston interviewed him. All right, that's all I got for you guys today. Until next time, so long. Have a great day.